So today I'm going to show you how to make your own herbal tincture, and you'll be surprised at how easy it is if you've never done it before. All you need is the dried herb that you want to use. I'm using St. John's wort. St. John's wort, as most people know, is great for seasonal affective disorder and perfect for any kind of mild depression or blues, especially when it happens in a place that doesn't get a lot of sunshine. And even though it's sunny today, I live in the greater Seattle area and definitely rely on St. John's wort to get me through the winters. You need a clean jar, of course. I use a funnel just because I like as big as a catch-all as I can. And you need alcohol. Anything that is 40 or 50 proof or higher is great. Vodka is usually the choice for most people because of the neutral taste, but really it doesn't matter. So if you're using flowers or leaves, and that's the case with St. John's wort, we're gonna fill the jar from between 50% to 3/4 full. If it's a root that you're using, then you want to fill it less. So up to about the 50% mark is as high as you want to go. And that's because it doubles in size when you add the liquid. And you can make extracts with not only alcohol. If you're making an extract and you're worried about people with sensitivity to alcohol for any reason, whether they're kids or adults. So this gets a little blocked, so I have to do it both ways here. You can use apple cider vinegar or vegetable glycerine, and everything's the same. Like, you make it with the same amount of proportions. The only thing that is really different is that vegetable glycerine is going to give you an extract that lasts a much smaller amount of time. It lasts from about a year to a year and a half, whereas alcohol and apple cider vinegar will give you an extract that lasts about 4 years. Sorry, doing two things at once. So my funnel is just not working very well for me. So I'm losing a little bit of herb here. I think I might have better luck doing it this way. Another reason I chose St. John's wort is because I planned on making oil with it too. And then when I went back and researched it, I found that you can only make the oil with when you're using St. John's wort with the fresh flowers, which is really, really rare in making herbal oils. Most herbal oils you can make with fresh or dried flowers. Usually dried is the preferred method, actually. So that was a little bit of a bummer, but I'm going to make an oil with another dried herb that I have. So it all works out. St. John's wort oil is good for aches and pains. It's a great massage oil. And St. John's wort oil is also like a wound healer, and it's just good for your skin. So here's my vodka. This one is 40%, so 80 proof. So when you're adding your liquid, you want to have at least an inch of the liquid up on top. Okay, so there, my herbs are definitely covered. And then over the next few days, so some people put saran wrap over the top and then lock it down, and that prevents any kind of rusting. I will do that after about 3 days because I'm going to be taking off the lid perhaps to add more vodka if the vodka runs down quite a bit. So in other words, you shake this every day or for the first like 3 days, And if you end up with herbs sticking out and they're not covered, you add more alcohol because the alcohol gets somewhat absorbed by the herbs. And then after that, you can switch to shaking it every other day if you want. As with all things herbal, there are different recommendations on how long it takes to make a good tincture. As short as 2 weeks is what I've seen, and as long as 8 weeks. Most people use a lunar cycle though, and so that means about 4 weeks, and then you take your tincture that you've been storing in a cool, dry place and shaking it up every other day, or every day if you want, it doesn't really matter. And then you discard the herbs and you're left with the tincture. But we will do that in part 2 because we have to wait until the next couple of days after a full moon until this is ready. All right, thank you.